PNP and GLP are the same thing. How the hell you can say a place like where me sit on something there, so, and do what you do and not feel no way?
Up and running, guys, with the latest of the latest cutting edge. Wednesday, the 12th of August, 2026.
Them never asked to come here.
Yeah, sure. Rastafari.
No. Them never asked to come here. Them ancestors never asked to come here at all. And thief white people thief the land. And then thief the people them. And put on the land for work. And then when them done with you, them say, go on, you're free. Where you free for go? Where you free for go? And from them time until now, we still have the issue of land. Some man come now and him buy a piece of land. Not normal slave, you know, because more than likely, it's not even a farmer slave. In parents, it would not even a farmer slave, but him acquire a piece of land according to them legally. And the land there for years. According to the people, them must say, years the land there. And the people, them don't have nowhere to live, and them build upon the land. And build, and all raise them picnic upon the land. And all them elders dead upon the land there. And out of the clear white, you just come now and say, I'm going to give you no time to leave the land, you know. Pack up and go. But when a man build 40 years, 30 years, him upon a piece of land, and him settle down with him family and everything, you really expect that a man then now, if he never did have no land in the beginning, where him going to take up himself and go? Right now, where him going to go? I never talk about government, you know, because and that's how the government should have come in. Yes, and that's how the government should have come in. Because if a man decides, say, he want to blah, yeah, he depend on him land illegally. The people them should be able to go to the government and say, well, you want to live on this land for about 40 years, you know, and the man come from him land and him say, if you don't move by such and such and such, he might take action. The government supposed to step in a that. It's not supposed to just left and then at the mercy of the man. Him take the man them out of the community. Me never hear nothing like that, you know. You take the man them and lock them up in the police station because you know say anyhow the man them there them go pose problem. So them lock them up in the police station. Hey, wherever me hear them something, me begs, you know, right? Just me begs. You lock up the man in the police station and they match down them house. And they let them go. Can you imagine when you come back and say, years of your work, and like Melissa, you know. So after them people, you go through Melissa and survive and feel say everything alright now. Them come now, come say, man, I mash down them house, Rasta. Me used to have enough house they mash down, you know. Me used to have enough house, like about 200. Me don't want to believe that still, you know. Me don't want to believe say about 200 house they mash down. Because I believe you, me. And the wickedest thing, me ever hear. Wicked. Can't wicked no more. That somebody live on a piece of land and him settle with him family and him grandmother and the mother and all them something there. And in the twinkling of an eye, a man just take a bull. And you can't bet say, when them clear up the other land there, you know, all the next 2 years not no build upon it yet, you know. And like they have a match down the land today and start build upon the land tomorrow, you know. I bet any man say, next year them time, the land is still there flat. clear up with the rubbish and this and this and that. And then the people them not go start over them life. All the money where them man they spend and work hard to get and put up the building and buy things. And the woman say, if you look by which part of the house is there, the bulldozer go out all over the house. All of the, with the picnic them, school book them, and bag and all them things, the way them are prepared to go to school. The picnic them, things they on the ground match up. They have to go figure out now, school are open now, how they going to manage now. I wonder if any politician hear about this. I like how the bridge now, his name, it come like my brains that deliberately forget him name. I do all this. Since him love take charge of things. Him need to take charge of this Rasta. Him need to take charge of him need to take charge. Somebody must investigate if something is not wrong. That the police them lock up some man. I guess it's about 20 of them. Them lock up some man in a jail overnight from the community, lock them up, and then let them go. That is unlawful arrest. Where you charge them for? Where you carry them, go lock them up for? And that is the question they must ask. Where the people, where the man them do for you carry them going up jail, go lock them up overnight? You suspect them, where you suspect them of? A cruelty that, wickedness, the eyes of wickedness, And then the people that talk about why Jamaica much better now than first time because crime gone down. And them things have breed criminal, And them things have breed crime. Because when a man go buy up, when a woman go buy up all our school people them this or school people them that, and a school so open, and then all of a sudden now, them have to go start over again. When you look on the ground to rot it, I say, no, nobody don't stay so Rasta. The man who tell the man them to go bulldoze at the place. You tell me say him not have a heart. I mean, me can understand maybe you tell the people them say, I want you go have to move. And them no move. And come back and say, I tell them say we want the place to build up. So you go have to move and them no move. They no must something why them no move Rasta. Me feel say the people them could all look something for move and the way how things stay now them can't find a way for move go. You know see and maybe the government will all know say they have to move too. People are going to say no me have to turn upon the government. Yes, me will do it. Maybe the government didn't know say the man want him land to develop. So them have to move. The government should just chip in and just say, watch out now. The man need him land, alright, you remember do. Me will facilitate somewhere, temporarily, for you to move until you can get back on yourself and key. A government supposed to do that. I mean, yes. That's a reasonable thing. So the people them now, even though they're going to lose the house, but them can't take them things. Them can take them things and go in our next building temporarily until them can get themselves back and hey, how about them people are Rasta? How about them people are? You know much land in a Jamaica we don't have nobody on it and a government land and now them are so them same politician boy there buy out the land them and some of them now buy the land themselves too, Some of them have them friend of foreign. Think I show up me I make. You see a whole heap of land where I buy out, everybody I buy this and I buy that. And a Jamaican I buy it, The Jamaican know which part of the land they fi buy. But them friend of foreign have the money for buy it. So little more when them buy it, you see, a complex go up there. You think a whole heap of them complex will go up there in Jamaica and own it, especially upon the North Coast. Oh, it stands so, oh, it stays so. Oh, it stays so. Where the opposition, we call them opposition, you know, Rasta. Call like a two-headed dragon or a two-headed cyclops. Two-head and one eye. PNP and GLP are the same thing. How the hell you can say a place like where me sit on the something so and do what you do and not feel no way? You not feel no way, Rasta? If you know, say, a generation of people, them building just wipe out in a night. The elderly, they went there have to go figure out what to do now. The young people, they will have them grandmother and them sickly, them sick people, them in there, have to go figure out how them are going to survive. So them have to go get on the tapal. They have to go get tapalin again. Tapalin, look at them must start below, say tapalin, you know. I know none of them not listen, but you know, I not come and fight, you know. I not come and fight, Rasta. That hurt me. When I see the thing, man, it's like, I say, no, it's like, so, you know, when somebody dead for you, and you feel sad, you want to cry, but the tears now come, and I say, no, Rasta, this not right. This not right at all. This not right. Now tell me about no, according to the law. According to which law? The law, who for law? Walk to the law when they for the lawless. I'm going to play that tune there now, we're going to find it. We walk to the law for the lawless. You know you have law for the lawless. Yeah, but them not get no, them not involved in it. Them do things terrible more than take people land. Terrible. How them own the land? Who give them the land originally? How the people them who own land in a Jamaica for like we say 100 years or 200 years, how them get the land? How them acquire the land with them depend? This is serious. Where them come from? Who own the land? Because when Paul Bogle walk from Morant Bay go to Spanish Town and go back, and the working class people them into that defend. And them people there, them never live in a big mansion. Maybe William Garden, because the white man, him could have lived in a garden house or somewhere. Where Sam Sharp did live? Which part Sam Sharp did live? A government land did live on, you know. Which part Nanny did live? A bush Nanny live, you know. Who did own them land where she live on? Who did own the land? The people, they were wicked, man. Wicked. The thing where bother me most of all is that them take the man them and carry them go to jail, go lock them up. Can somebody tell me say no go so? Please, can somebody tell me say no go so Muta, they never lock up nobody. I tell you why. It are 9. I don't know if things can get better because everything look like it have broke down. Yeah man, everything look like it have broke down. When the things have got better, it have broke down. Yeah. That's what I say. And now it's going to get worse. Because if them can go do that to people, and I am going to assume, say, it's poor people, if them can do that, lock up man, lock up the people. Hey, you lock up the man in the jail because you think, say, it's going to be a bam bam if you let them see where the house are broke down. You really do that? Will the government or the opposition leader or them step in and say, what the charge the man for? You have to ask a question there. Because you couldn't just take the man them so and carry him to jail. Because you're afraid, say, they're going to react to the madness where you're going with. Not the police, but the madness where them go out with outside there. I hear say some churchmen are going to go help them. Churchmen them are lick out against it. Yeah, I hear some churchmen are lick out against it. Say what kind of madness that? Why, man, I tell you. It's not, every day, you think that things are get better every day, something get worse. You hear them talk about crime gone up. A big crime that. Big crime that. I know one house, you know. I know one house, I know two houses, I know three houses, I know four, I know 10, 20 houses, I know 30 houses, you know. I mean, one bulldozer had one house, and two houses, and three houses. I can't do me and look on you, so. I don't know if I lie the man who was sending me the thing as the picture. When he say about 200 house. I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe say about 200 house. A man come here, the area come lick down 200 house with bulldozer. I don't know, little touch house, like where they have Riverton City and all them place there. A real house, you have to say real house. And you really go there, go lick down low light. While people, them heart go cold, man. Them heart cold. That me have to say. And the more we think say the thing, I get better. It a broke down. Yeah, the thing I broke down, man. Real broke down a go on. I know where them people are doing at night, you know. What them people are doing in the night. I like now, them good all this to our cutting edge and them can't listen to cutting edge tonight. You know that thief me listen to them. Thief me listen to them because them don't have nothing to listen to the program. Ah, yeah. Well, I tell you, I mean, me look at the picture here and it's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. The picture where me look at it. Unbelievable that in a Jamaica 2026 people can suffer in a them kind of sufferation there. Me want to know all of them people who me say have this a house and that the house for hundreds of years. How them get the land? Who them buy the land from? Them land with the, some of them houses are 200-year old. The piece of land. They are 200 years. Big mansion. Which part them get the land from? Who them buy the land from? And that would like know. Who them buy the land from? You can't tell me say every land what me say is people buy them land. Can't tell me that. Some generation to generation have the land. And the first one who have the land, a thief it. Him come to Jamaica, him friend them from England come to Jamaica and breed up. Sometimes some of them breed up, some of they slave them. And then them have this land with mansion upon it. And when them dead and the people take over and that get old, the people get old and them take over. Them never bite. Them build house on it, but they never buy the land. Them never buy it. So a wicked. The law, them need a law for the lawless. I mean I call the people them lawless. You know, see, because we never ask to come here, you know. We never ask somebody to say, boy, you want to see? I want to take a trip going to the West Indies, you know. Put me on one of them slave ships and carry me go over there. At skyline levels, I guess all of the youth them know past skyline level there. That past skyline drive. We up on top of Jack Hill there. So, skyline levels, the Reggae Mountain, them call it, and it's this Friday. And it's going to feature Carbon, and it's not the usual, all the others, they're not the usual way, they're not a usual performance, because they have a reasoning behind their music, and a real philosophy in them head, so it's going to feature Carbon. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, but it's Ojeta, the Great, and a sister named Sky Blue. Okay. And yours truly will be spinning some music. It's about a different in connecting with each other. Musical and words. All of the artists them on it have something to say, and they're going to give you their music where them is known for. And I will be playing some music. I know me always have something to say. So that's this Friday. This Friday from 7 p.m. to 12. Skyline Drive. So hope you're there, you know. Yeah, you know, says a Camila kitchen, so you know, it's like good. The good vegan food, the good burger and thing. So, yeah, hope to see you there. Skyline, this Friday. Okay, here we go again. The man called Payment of this month. And the brethren who we call Kirky, iNation Books. And we have a special event on Spanish Town Road. That's in front of the old Queen's Theatre, for those of you who don't know. This is a good chance to go down there to go find out which part Queen's Theatre is there. Anyway, this Monday, which is the 17th, yeah, the 17th, Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't know much I know Umar Johnson, but we have been on the program already. And we have been doing some rounds. Me and him have done some rounds in England there. So we have special guest, Dr. Umar Johnson. And there will be we will call a honoring of certain ones. And the ones who will be honored are Ras Miguelan, Kabuma Ateru, Bongo Jerry Small, Mutabaruka, and Dr. Eru Aishaka Musa. This is taking place Monday, August the 17th, as part of the tribute to Marcus Garvey, which is Marcus Garvey Earth Day. I want to see down there with the people that say, no, I go down there, so, but trust me, you're alright. I've been there, and people go to market down there. This is a good place to be, celebrating Marcus Garvey birthday. Dr. Umar Johnson, Pan-Africanist, Ras Miguel Lan, the man will say, Peter Sugar, Kabuma Teru, Bongo Jerry, Small, Dr. Eru Aishaka Musa, and yours truly. We will be down there celebrating, reasoning, and just having a good time, healing up Marcus Garvey. So here we go again with the same tune now. Here we go. You serious?
Yeah, but I've been listening for years. Years I've been listening.
Okay.
But I don't forget to the program at first, because now I hear the number out, I say, to call the program next Wednesday, like when we plan some program, So I'm going to try. So I'm try and go through, and realize that, I said, I'm going to get through, you understand? Anyway, I want to talk about one and two other things. Water. I want to the water situation we're going in Jamaica right now. I don't like where it look. And what I believe is, until me say like 50% of the rivers in Jamaica dry up, I will believe that there is really a water crisis in Jamaica. We have less rainfall, which is a fact, and thing, which put pressure on some of the river system and thing, but the crisis is not as bad as what they make it sound, unless we see 50% of the river in dry up. You understand? Because
no, we have to river them go to dam, you know.
Right. Now, all the river go to dam, but this one, no. Whatever water crisis, because we have crisis all the way over the years. Whenever there's a crisis, there is trucks that being carried water to various communities to supply the people water. You can buy water. Any amount of money you can afford to buy the amount of water you can get to buy. Where the water comes from, where you truck them our care comes to the people.
The water comes from the place where the dam feed.
Where the dam don't feed.
Which is the river. Alright, I can tell you something. Them people are that, because watch that.
Yeah.
About 100 years now, the two dams them in Kingston have do the place,
Alright.
When they should have extend the dam, this place up a Mona there, to widen the dam, and make another dam,
Yeah.
But I don't know why they don't do it. I don't know. There's just
we prefer the roads more than start with water project.
Watch out. Them people have no sense, man. I mean, simple thing. Build more dam. You have enough space. Even up a Mona there, so can hold an next dam.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know why you have to have shall now. But turn on my pipe, I have to turn on the pump to get the water. I mean, a joke business.
Here again. Roaring River, Westmoreland.
Yeah, man.
Alright. Roaring River.
Yeah.
They go down there and they on the ground. And the people in terms of 57 different communities water down the supply. The river. 57 different communities. But that's the only one here, I'm still man, I'm answering all the water teaching. So water good place you can do and wash out the county. So there for the day, look for one idea, Mr. Man, with some 5 gallon bucket of water, march and go up and get. He said, oh, this one is not water problem. The man said to me, say, the river water comes through the pipe.
Hold on there, you have to take a break and come back.
Yeah, man.
You take a break. Yes, take the break.
Yeah, we can look past some, and I'm pulling out some, and I live out some. We have to know, so we have to set a table when them run off and then something there. And things are wickedness in the motor. Wicked, total wickedness in the I don't know, both things that man. We are now moving on, we are moving on it. So if you have a consideration, each and every one, you can have consideration to stop and make some perish and suffer. And the material things, create everything for all of us. Some have and some don't have. That's all right. You have to disadvantage of some. You have to some, and you have put them to a place where all them are planning on them brain or crime and so crime committing on here.
Yeah, Bridget, we have to wrap up, you know. We have to wrap up because 12 o'clock now, here.
Yeah, man, most
Maybe talk back later down at the time, yeah, but we have to take the 12 o'clock break, all right?
All right, blessed love.
Yeah. Okay, so we reach at the hours, we say it's 12 o'clock. So we take the break, 12 o'clock. There's a whole heap of that going about the place. So you don't really need to hear that when you come up with so. Because holistic thing we are dealing with, or holistic vibes. You know, that's why we have to use them for farming and also reasoning. Carbon, why you love carbon, you know. Taddy Great, OJ Taddy Great, and this sky blue, it's just been an idea away, but I guess it's now, sky blue. And this is this Friday. I remember I tell you Monday we are down Spanish Town Road, yes. The new venue, we call it new sale, but all the people don't even know say the Nation Lounge name, you know. I Nation have a woolly Mutabaruka sale, well that is him headquarters. And him always keep things down there every Monday. Okay, so you get a chance to come down and see where I go. Here we go. Listen to this, you know, when them talk about third world countries and how terrible and this and that. Listen to this.
Listen, sure.
When you hear the man say, America at the top of the list, you know. America at the top of the list of missing children per year. I hear how much them say per day. I can say if I can catch the part we matter about per day. Alright, I can go. I will heap of people that for missing every day. Will heap of people. But them people there sold them, sell them. And a whole heap of ones who left Jamaica because them get invitation, especially the young one them, to come up to America, come do certain work. When them go up there, them realize say the work where them claim to them will get another work there. You know, see, it's body work. You have to sell your body. So we are tell the sister them, make sure you know who you go to. Because I know every work I work. And sometimes you know I do no body work. You know, see, and that is really, you're the man so much 1,000 people missing in Europe and all them places per year. And then end up I tell you how much per day in America. Serious, we have to take this thing serious. We have to take it serious. I mean, you hear it yourself, but sometimes when you hear the thing, you say just switch across you. But you need to hear it. And we will play it again.
Countries.
Wow. Serious thing, man. When you hear them thing there, and you check how them go on with black people. Because them, most of the time, you know, our white people are kidnap the people that they little island, them, you know. And also in them country. And anytime them use them and throw them away, them say literally throw them away. do a sort of thing with them body. You never find that body again. And you as a parent will never know what happened to your child. So we are telling the little young girl them say, look here, all that glitter is not gold. That we are telling you, all that glitter is not gold. So you have to watch who you're going to and where you're going. Okay.
Well, it's actually embedded in them through history. Let me show you. After the conquest of the desert, in which the Argentinian army killed, displaced, and imprisoned indigenous people across the Patagonia, in which historians called it a genocide and an ethnic cleansing, they went after the black population next. In 1778, roughly around 30% of Buenos Aires was black. I know, that kind of surprises me too. In 1887, about 1.8. Today, 0.37.
How is that possible?
That is not natural. Why do you think you never see a dark Argentinian, but in Latin America you come across darker people and lighter people? Afro-Argentinians were purposely sent to the front lines of wars, forced into neighborhoods with no health care, infected with diseases, forced into interracial marriages to dilute the population, and then erased from the census entirely. They didn't consider them human anymore. A 1905 newspaper celebrated it. It said the African tree now produces white flowers, and then they opened the floodgates. Over 6 million Europeans were brought in between 1800s and mid-1900s. Steamship advertisements recruited Italians and Spaniards specifically to widen the country, and it worked. Argentina went from a 30% black population over to a 97% European population. And even today, most Argentinians genuinely believe they never participated in the slave trade. But it gets even darker. After World War II, up to 5,000 Nazi war criminals escaped to Argentina, the most of any country on earth. The president at the time, Juan Perón, secretly ordered escape routes to be built specifically for the Nazis.
What kind of shit is that?
Adolf Eichmann, the architect of the Holocaust, he lived freely in Buenos Aires for over a decade. Joseph Mengele, the angel of death of Auschwitz, infamous for human experimentation, lived there under his own name. A document with over 12,000 names of Nazis who escaped to Argentina were found there hidden. They didn't just accept Nazis, they recruited them. The same way they recruited Europeans about a generation before. Now fast forward to 2022's World Cup, and you hear all these racist chants being sung publicly by the Argentinian fans. Like for part 3, and I'll show you all the racist incidents that the Argentinian team participated in. And remember to follow if you enjoyed learning about history and culture in a modern...
Jordan, you know, say, this week, if cash was alive, it would have been 100. You know, Cuba get cash, Cuba get cash, Cuba get Jamaica, enough things. And a school, or say Martin school, out of Spanish town, so. Them give them the doctors. We have a good relationship with Cuba. Cuba sends soldiers to Angola, Mozambique, to fight against the white regime. And also, when the Ebola they leak near the Guinea, so them send doctors over there while they. It's amazing because the Cuban them send doctors over Guinea when the Ebola they flare up. And the American them say soldiers. Soldiers them said. And now we see America I try stifle off the Cuban them. But Cuban have a certain resilience about them from longer time. As we mentioned Castro, I want to play this.
1950.
Kaboom! Kaboom! Hurry! Let me come forward and try copy them fish. Stop it!
Even down in Jamaica and skipping, they tried in 1976 to organize a military coup to overthrow Michael Manley. In 1976, they supported attempts to assassinate Michael Manley on 3 different occasions. The little man who led Jamaica, who spoke at Savior's Day, was such a threat to our government that they attempted 3 times to assassinate the man in 1976. So later, they found a way to get rid of him through riots in the street over food when they cut off assistance to Jamaica. This is America. Even down in Jamaica, I'm skipping, they tried in 1976 to organize a military coup to overthrow Michael Manley. In 1976, they supported attempts to assassinate Michael Manley on 3 different occasions. The little man who led Jamaica, who spoke at Savior's Day, was such a threat to our government that they attempted 3 times to assassinate the man in 1976. So later, they found a way to get rid of him through riots in the street over food when they cut off assistance to Jamaica. This is America.
Yes, man, I tell you. Only for one don't know that, but we can play something where only for one. Never know neither. Maybe only for never have no sense enough to figure it out. Let me play this.
The flour had been milled in Western Europe from European wheat. Curiously, 3 of the bags in the lot had slash marks. Are they at that table? Investigation, reduce spending. We don't really have a problem with it. Was the CIA responsible for the poisoning deaths of 17 Jamaicans in 1976? Then Prime Minister Michael Manley certainly thought so, and he was not alone. According to a New York Times report, at least 17 Jamaicans died after consuming contaminated flour traced to a shipment of the Lionhead brand that arrived in the country from West Germany. A child and an adult were the first to die in one of the worst cases of food poisoning in Jamaica's history. About 78 others became ill after consuming the imported flour that was later found to have been contaminated by the insecticide parathion. Now, what was curious about that case is that parathion had been banned in Jamaica for about 5 years at that time. And there had also been a previous case of poisoning, of flour poisoning by parathion in 1968 when 5 people died and about 50 became ill. Investigations later found that all the patients had consumed wheat flour from a single lot consisting of 5,264 cotton bags. The flour had been milled in Western Europe from European wheat and carried in trucks to a dockside warehouse where it was loaded aboard the ship after 2 to 5 days of storage. When the flour made its way to Jamaica, it had moved from the quayside to the outbreak locations along separate routes through 2 import houses. Site inspections and review of shipping records suggest that the likely point of contamination was the European port where foodstuffs and insecticides were stored in the same warehouse. Curiously, 3 of the bags in the lot had slash marks. Now, the timing of this incident couldn't be more suspect because it was only a few weeks earlier that U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger had visited Jamaica and asked then Prime Minister Michael Manley to abandon his nationalistic agenda. He wanted to buy out 51% of the foreign bauxite mining operations and planned, along with Mexico and Venezuela, to build an international aluminum processing complex outside the multinational system. But Manley's nationalism plan, which included increasing access to healthcare, education, and, very importantly, land reform, did not sit well with the United States. Manley was threatened to either abandon his agenda or risk the removal of the $100 million line of credit promised by the U.S. The poisoning was one of many incidents that had Michael Manley convinced that the U.S. government was out to get him. In 1977, the U.S. Embassy in Jamaica sent a telegram to the Department of State in which they said, Prime Minister still believes some CIA people were trying to destabilize his government and perhaps even assassinate him last year. With respect to the Duncan poisoning, he said he's satisfied that the CIA had nothing to do with it, but he is convinced that some of the same elements that were involved in the destabilization effort last year were also involved in the poisoning. Michael Manley would later say, "Looking back at the events of 1976, I have no doubt that the CIA was active in Jamaica that year and was working through its own agents to destabilize us. As history would have it, Michael Manley was right to be suspicious." The U.S. Office of Historian has a document that's listed under its Foreign Relations title 1977 to 1980, Mexico, Cuba, and the Caribbean. Memo 197 for members of the Special Coordination Committee. Subject: Covert Action Options for Jamaica. This paper proposes a covert action program in Jamaica. It has been prepared by CIA as a means of countering Soviet and Cuban moves to gain control over Jamaican policies and to expand their influence in the Caribbean. Our ultimate aim is either the political defeat of Manley and the replacement of his government with one more friendly to the U.S. and appreciative of U.S. interests, or at a minimum, the application of enough pressure on Manley and his People's National Party to force moderation of their foreign policy, particularly a reversal of the trend towards closer ties with Cuba and the Soviet Union. And the memo proposes several actions that they may take. Option number 1, unilateral. Establish direct confidential contact with Edward Seaga, the leader of the main opposition party, the Jamaica Labour Party, and also provide guidance, assistance, and funds to the JLP in the upcoming national election campaign. Option number 2, through the international network of covert action assets, call for retention of democratic institutes in Jamaica, condemn Manley's close ties with the Cubans and Soviets, and expose Manley's efforts to suppress political freedom and prevent free elections. And there are other historical documents which shows that the Gleaner Company newspaper and several local religious and community organizations were utilized in this option too. These are documented facts. Now, despite the existence of this memorandum and several declassified CIA documents, the agency continues to insist that it was not involved in any destabilization efforts in Jamaica. And there has been no distinct evidence that has tied the agency to the flour poisoning incident in 1976. But all these coincidences have led many historians to believe not only in CIA involvement, but that high-level U.S. government officials had signed off on the destabilization effort that led to the massive defeat of Michael Manley in 1980 and the propelling of Edward Seaga into government.
Yes. Politics, 1970s. Well, if I never born yet. This is the cutting edge on RFM. We still take the phone call them. It's ill. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Interesting. Muta, look at the guy. The pepper really replaced the common entrance.
Yeah,
and then after high school, now secondary, when I finish, so I finished the 4th grade, 5th grade, and the exam out of the GCE.
Yeah.
I was the 6C.
I know what's about people that try well like him, no know.
Anyway, back to
talk round the corner, is a man to talk round the corner. Anyway.
Yeah, no talk. The man that's about him for command more clearly, the clarity.
Yeah, clarity.
So with the voice, yeah. Muta, I tell you over and over, I say, pray that you and Carbo and Jerry belong. Muta, the two political parties not care for black people. Let me tell you. Because we could touch the water.
Before you start talking, you know what the song like you know on Spanish Town Road there?
Yeah, my forward, man. My forward,
Monday,
Monday, yeah. I know through Irish, lot of country there and kind of difficult from point of view. But my forward, Monday. But I try to reach Jackson because I have a foreign friend who says she want to reach, but I know upper skyline there.
Oh, you mean or no? I never meet you yet.
Yeah, man, remember me here when the guy I talk about peaceful revolution, I make him know, say, yo, there's not as peaceful revolution. People blood have to shed.
Oh, which part?
Upper, Mona, Barbican, they were with, I think, King their seminar, them,
gosh.
Yeah, man, the son, they were up, our guy with their best, man, live there, sing them, man. Yeah, man, couple times long beside you there, man, and the I mean, they come drop everything down so here for squeeze the earphone there. To squeeze it, yeah, man. I hear, remember, when we used to the Aquarius, man, I drive the bus, but I'm going to carry a two down till I'm at school. So far, plus Dumfries Road. Alright, Muta, the water thing. Let me tell you something, Muta. Black people stubborn, black poor people stubborn, them still sit down and I will pan Jesus Christ and politicians to see them. And it's impossible, Muta, because today I educate them, and today Cabo I educate them, and today Jerry I educate them. Look here, Muta, the water crisis will never ever get better until we shut down the country because water benefit from the water. Catching pig benefit from water. Find out how much politicians own water and catching pig. So if you have the water system back then, like when we were boy, all them man never make money now. Remember, so them man do nothing for the love no water, money. Them don't do nothing for the love for the body money. And them own it. And I see same thing want to come to the land. Them own it and water. Look here. It's like a police that keep a dance and the other dance and take all the current same police and lock it down. Automatically, when I go to the next dance, no motor. You see me, I said, tell you, person with a very high IQ. It now go better because black poor people, to me, most of them are ambitious and just sacrifice, them can't eat today, and then them sleep, and then they will look at tomorrow. When you are a politician and them friends, and look it till it reaches the sky, and when it passes the sky, them still a look more. It's all about money, motor, it will never get better, because the road at the rain, spit motor, the road flood up. You build up these, as I said, I think the dam built from 90, or you have 51 and part of it. Remember, I have to check my note. Alright? 50 accommodate, must have 305,000 people. Remember now the motor, town developed, so the people when they are country motor, look at the logics. When down there suffer after them, if I from slavery, I want to say, they must come at town to get because they want to live in motor. So when you cross it, repeat.
Better life them a look.
Thank you. So when you have a 2-bedroom, one for you and your wife, and one for your daughter, and if you make love to your wife and a pick the cub or a twin cub, 2 girls, 2 boys. Where I put them in right? No. I'm tell you, say we crave for intelligent leader, because we just a Portia done, you know. But I'm tell you something, the one of the leaders what we have done, we don't want a bright leader, we want a leader with vision. And if you have build our motor, you put up our problem. Why is it just like how too much black people are trying to government stipulate so much law and rules? You can't wear cap, you can't do tattoo. Why is it that the government don't compel the developers to put up a scheme, get a open land, dig out a hole, use that water, catch the water the rainfall, use the water the land and what you can. What's so hard in that motor? When my grandpa call our guy from America, what's so hard in that motor? So them are there to develop the average Jamaican people motor. They are not raise up here 300% and we are get better. It's worse, motor, double RIC, it's worse. I mean, also double RIC, it's worse, motor.
Yeah.
If not develop Jamaican people, 2 of them not doing it. You wish it's 21st century Muta. The next war Muta will be for water. And 21st century, every minute hear about money and the kids for build down and capital. See the minister so much $1 billion, $1 million now go and chuck water. So we do these things every year, over and over. And up until this very minute, we can't build a dam with all the money where I use chuck water. And I see them chuck Muta.
And I know them and say, you can't water your plant then.
Thank you. I just
So
to benefit
no
them, Muta.
So now we don't have no food neither.
Thank you, just to benefit them until we Jamaicans say, yo, we're not going away, enough is enough. You want to move up. You hear the government general saying things. You hear anybody, a few people that talk about the water. Because in fact, me used to run on the dam and believe the dam full of sea. And no vision motor simple as you find a open that you love use bulldozer. You get the bulldozer clear up big somewhere with backhoe, put some pump in there. As simple as that. But it's not when people can do it. Water up Bangkok, catching peak at Bangkok. And the farmer, prime minister out the behind catching peak. When we're up on Newcastle, I hear me here. The land was, I think, must have Royal Town Blue Water Resort owned it. It was part of the PG government. All right. For development of purchase for private tourism development in 1993 under the People's National Party administration led by Prime Minister P.J. Patterson. All right. So everything where PNP do, GSB take up. So you're right, Muta. I'm going to say it over and emphasize. There's no difference between PNP and GSB. The only difference is the symbol with the fist and the finger, and also the colors. The green and the red are orange. There's no difference. The PNP days dead when Michael Manley dead. PJ Patterson a big black man window. Proportionally. She get Chinese land. Oh, can you have our ancestor Muta? We take her from Africa.
Hold on. Go back to the... Where you say a while about in the 1990 something and who owned it?
The land, Cooper's Pen, Chilani Association.
Ufa land.
I think it's owned by Royal Town Blue Water Resort.
Oh, you mean the hotel scheme?
Yeah, purchase.
Own the hotel there.
Yeah, purchase for private tourist development.
So
in 1990.
So that tourist development them I put there?
Yeah, no, I put the hotel there. So I try to show you Muta. These guys, Muta, you have country where the citizens mix with the tourists. Them TMT and GLT are no real Jamaican people. So they will make Jamaican people feel that the blunt are in speak just to make them tourist money. They not care for we, and we just travel like I go on like a business as usual because we don't care for ourselves here, Muta. You and Carbo and Jerry can't do it alone. It take a combination of unity and like the Jamaican black people too stubborn. Them stubborn bad, them like a bit, it's like them now and nothing more than police around them down and I shoot them like that and I give them ticket like for taxi man. They don't stand for nothing more. So, and I think the parish council they give them notice. We don't know what truth it is. They should have the land.
You must give them notice still.
I must chill on the parish council issue eviction notice.
Watch out, you know. Yeah, alright, so them get notice and them can't them no more. So you know sometimes you get notice out of yard and you look place where you live and every time you go there so the rent too high so you can't pay it so
exactly
I end up stay back in the yard. You know, and the owner say you have to move now, you know, so I go evict you and all and something there. You say, do so, please, just give me a little time because, you know, out the rough, you know, you can't find no place.
It's true, Muta.
For really tear down a man's house like when we say this, Rasta.
Motor, you will go on and say about it. Tell me if 5 people from Beverly Hills say, Andrew, we know where I'm going to put it. Tell me if 2 people from Cherokee say, tell me if 3 people from Narva say thing. Them don't care because at them, the Jamaica benefits them. We are just a slave. I just we everything happen to the black poor people. Police come kick with them. Police was big on power. Police tell about it. Police stop with. And I tell them come out of car. Police want to come like homes without a search warrant. You think them business about the money, more than all about money. TJ started. And it was a black man when I come from now, should I know better. Paul, well, them should I know better. You know, so the PMP dead. You know, them opposite side, what them do? Because of poor black people, they don't follow poor black people, poor black people don't follow themselves. So that's everything happen. Them just a few people are concerned, will talk. And that's it. How can you have our ancestors dead for this land, rape for this land, sabotage, suffer, torture, upon successive government, no cut up and get poor black people? Check the politician and motor. They want to sell one enough for 120 million, and it's just a normal politician. All these politicians will just buy the land motor. My father tell me to the one with the white hair, what I said now, in the Panama with 10 up boat, and more than half a cent of my motor, and check the average black people.
You have some of them that get money from foreign investors, you know.
Yeah, that's true, motor.
Through them because connections.
Yeah, motor. But why is it that, remember motor, they say now, why is it that the land people in the land are the prime minister can't tell us who own the land, where government land mean, who are the government purchase the land from, and why is it that even if you buy a piece of land, but still have to pay tax? Why? Explain all these things to them, motor, you know why? Because them don't want to stay with nothing. It is that same thing will come back to the car thing too much. When my boy I grew up motor, me buy 2 BMW, and I pay skin people may I drive, me say I drive it. I'm coming up on 2 BMW when I drive motor. But what? Too much black people I drive car like them. So them just create these things because you tell me about tattoo and light after you get on the road, I'm a car drop in there and blow my light. And I police. Them say, if the tattoo visible, I was $10,000. I don't know how.
So what the tattoo have to do with immediately walk on the road?
Them say a distraction.
Hold on. Is that when you drive your car or when you walk on the road? Which one?
No, I say a distraction to probably the person and the other lady where I look at it just like the phone.
No. So the driver must have on the tattoo that you said?
Yeah, no, I have on the tattoo.
So what do the man will walk up on the tattoo?
Well, the man will walk not really pose, not danger.
Yeah, then no can distract the driver too. A girl cannot walk down the road with a tattoo leg, you know.
Well, when the man said that driver, you're supposed to focus on the road because remember the motor. When people understand, you have to look for kind of lick down somebody there to pour on the road.
When you get locked up for, which one of them? Alright, tell me how it works.
You have on a tattoo, I will get charged for the tattoo, I get a ticket. You will have a time for your shoulder, your neck, or your face.
You walk up on the tattoo, what that man say?
No, I just motors off forward from I remember the prime minister that I really
I know. On a tattoo, you know. If a motors up on a tattoo, oh, he might get arrested, feet.
No, he won't get arrested, directly get arrested when I get a ticket. Yeah, so when you go to the court, no, don't pay the ticket, they block you.
Wait, if you have on the tattoo.
If you don't pay the fine.
No, wait there. The man who drive the car, if him have on a tattoo, they will arrest, they will charge him.
They will charge him.
Yeah, but what them charge him for? For have on a tattoo?
For have on a tattoo. Probably, let's say them have a tattoo, let's say the people have a tattoo in the car. Obviously, if you have a tattoo on them back, you would have a shirt, so you don't see, but a tattoo on the hand, shoulder.
Anyway, yeah, suppose my have a tattoo in the middle of the head.
Anyway,
what that have to do with who that have to do with what?
Muta, I think them are the best person because the police them is the next step to where them company ridiculous land through them want us to know them just suck it up, them no check to nothing. Because we tell them the police
explain that to me.
Yeah, but tell them the police are not there to protect the average black people. They are not. Because you can't tell me say you live on a citizen house and me say the people are coming and tell the amount of police that it is unbelievable like a war. So
But
that tell you
them take 20 man the night before I'm carried jail.
I heard that to Muta because that's natural Muta because the man them are rebel, so to squash it and make it a peaceful them do that. And that is unlawful Muta. But Muta, that may I try to tell you the country around Muta say the police will break the law and them know the law and there's nobody come and say no, it's wrong. You will ever tell me one thing after Jamaica to say the Governor General, the 3G, ever object to apart from my top on a more concert can't keep by in place. We're not going to man never in place. Ever hear object to anything?
Castle concert.
Castle concert keep that. Because remember, Muta is state and church. Don't forget that. State and church.
But I don't feel yard. I mean, I don't feel yard, that's the.
If them control down Northern Caribbean,
I'm going to move going there.
You understand? So, if now some kind of get $34 million for now, there's nothing for a reason. So, that's the money that why they never take the time and build them. So, what the government do, as them say Muta, instead of they get too much money from the traffic, the motorists, because they might talk about best, because obviously this government now, they don't see get invested and now, they might use the citizens. They might start the citizens. These are citizens, the police, they start the citizens. So, people are still running a motor. People are patriotic to the country around it. It's all this youth are just born there and see the people. But just born there that come from humble beginning of the motor.
Could have been father.
Country, him have PG and all of them. Them can't afford to go buy land over for 30 million. You know? When I hear son, when son get money from.
And 30 million for that piece of land over Portmore.
Wow, you remember saying the bulldozer, some people over there must give back some of them out.
What happened to that?
I think him yes, that them bought the land me not no proof, but in the give must two people are I'm not sure they give but they set up something and give somebody, 2 person, 2 family house or whatever, but that's a sham motor. I will tell them if them spend out allocate $1 million to take down things, what them do, pay a man, some set a man there to take down about 4, so it look good and then they stop. So in other words, if they get the 100 million to take down the zinc fence, they will spend probably 10 million out there and so I saw them take the money, so it look good. But I said, Muta, we Jamaican black people have know that this country, when them take it from Africa, so we and for Issa matter than Mazuka, our matter, so we Jamaica, and we are feel it how we can buy selfish, how we can lie to a car, how we police around them, and taxman and normal citizens, how we police are back on and shoot. Then now stop no matter so what we are do? I will learn from Muta, I will learn from Cabo, I will learn from Cherry, I will learn from Life. Why black people so easily forgetful of convention and just too relaxed Muta? Tomorrow my body will move like a business as usual. The country is there for everybody. Most of the next war will fight over water. What are we doing to England start set up them water thing from 1992? What we do? What is the development of expanding Mona Hermitage? We just chat.
And drink your tears, man.
So Mona man, tell seminar, you throw 100 million for both the PNP and Labour. Tell time vote independent. I will never ever vote for PNP and Labour because since the PNP don't ever. Then because I get them money moved and I drive them Benz. Last thing you imagine the man I drive Benz and BMW, I have Junior Minister Motor, I got to the civil servant then I request $16 million motor for buying new Benz. And new Benz when the people say, what happened to the new one there? 16 million them request and the people them don't got them fire them.
We have $16 million for your Benz?
I think close to that, at ANG. I just super Benz when I'm out drive, man, at BM motor. At the top of the line.
No Benz, no, me not drive no Benz, man. Man, drive something you can hold the road, yeah.
I one of the best prime minister we have, Michael Marley and Bruce Coley. Because Bruce Coley said, give me the whole phone for PJ there. Sister one, you pay whatever. Them not me know that anytime motor, anytime this politician can come and say, we don't want not pay for 2 months. Not pay, because remember we pay them rent, we give them house, we give them car allowance, we give them this, that, all sort of allowance, entertainment, we give them allowance for them woman, all sort of thing, we give them big salary. For what motor? For what? What is the result? How we benefit? Because you can't take up garbage places as filthy as ever. You can't build up, you can't dig out a hole to catch some water. You can't clean up garbage off for the street. All right.
Move.
Long life, my brother. Big up to us. Well, and our brothers and family. Respect.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it comes to the end. And yeah, this one was a interesting reason with the legendary